Adventure time. Here we go. Where are we going? Tell us where we're going.
I keep calling it Palm Springs.
No, we're going to go to Palm Valley and then we're going to check out Finke Gorge as well. Boggy Hole, that whole area.
Can't take the caravan.
No, we can't take the caravan. We heard it's pretty bad and tight out there, so we're definitely not going to give that a crack.
We have an Alucard.
Yeah, but we are fully packed in the truck, ready for a night or two, or maybe not even a night. We just don't know yet. We're just going to go explore.
We were actually going to spend a couple of nights, but sadly my nan passed away last week, so I've got the funeral on, well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. We don't even... What time is it?
In Alice Springs. It's 2:30 Tasmanian time, so we've got to figure out what time that is for the NT, because we've got no internet, so we can't check, so we have to make sure we're there in time. So it's a live stream. She's in Tasmania. The funeral's in Tasmania and we're going to be in Alice Springs, so otherwise we would have spent a couple of nights.
Okay, so it is only one night, and if we do spend the one night, we'll get up early in the morning, hightail it back to Ormiston here, pick up the van and head back to Alice. Head to some service, spend one night in Alice, and then we are out of here finally. Head to Stewart's Well, do the Rainbow Valley, do Chambers Pillar, head down to Mount Dare, down to Unadada.
That's today's adventure. This isn't Palm Valley.
No, it's not Palm Valley.
What's the deal?
It's the Chev coffee shop. And
Chris is kind of cranky this morning because he needs more coffees because he's tired. So hopefully this will fix the problem.
This fixes every problem, honey. Let's have a look at the view. Look at the views. Look at Mount Sonder.
This is where we've decided to have a coffee.
Well, obviously I'm more amazing looking than Mount Sonder, am I?
Yeah. Nothing's going right. You turn it on.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing at all.
Surely not. Laughing at my expense because I'm out of coffee. And I'm going to have a double hit. Look at it. Oh yeah.
Your mood's already changing.
We've got an awesome lookout coming up too. It's Tyler's Pass, I think it is. As we head, like we're heading west now along the MacDonnell Range.
The top side.
Yeah, the top side of it, the top west. And then we're going to, the road's going to do a turn and start heading south. Back towards Marini Loop. And then down to Hermansburg, and that's where Palm Valley and all that is. But down, when it's heading south, there's a pass. I think it's Tyler's Pass, or Taylor's Pass. It's supposed to be spectacular beauty.
And here we go on here, mate. You can see where we are, coming around here, and it is called Tyler's Pass.
I tell you what, I was reading up about the MacDonnell Ranges. Do you know how long it goes for? 650 odd Ks, I think it is.
That's still huge.
The entire range, and it's got those ones that run next to it, all those littler ones. And the...
Oh, there you go.
That woman doesn't look at a reversing camera, she looks at the mirrors. There you go.
Interesting information.
Yeah, and the tallest one, I think, is the tallest section. I can't remember what the name of it is. I think it's only 1.6 Ks high. So remember when we were in Ormiston yesterday, we were having a guess? So I reckon that was about 600 metres, 500, 600, 700 metres.
Yeah. So
it makes sense because the tallest one is, what did I say? 1.6 Ks, I think it is, or 1.58 or something. So here we are here up on the lookout, Tyler's Pass, and then you can see, look at that, and that is that right there.
Yeah.
How rad is that? So we passed on the other side of that when we did the Marini Loop Road.
Yeah.
And went along and through the gap in the mountains over there to Kings Canyon, so it's amazing, isn't it?
Come into the little hut with the information boards here, and this one jumps out at me. It says the Red Centre Way, formerly the Marini Loop Road. So on the brochure it still says Marini Loop Road. Yeah. So anyway, little map where we're staying, where the van is currently, where we were the other day, the ochre pits. We've done all of this. The Larapinta Drive, Red Centre Way, Kings Canyon, Finke Gorge. That shows the path. Here's where we're actually heading now. Finke Gorge shows the path that the Finke River has taken for 100 million years past beautiful gorge and river scenery. Palm Valley is home to groves of the rare tropical looking red cabbage palms. Caring for country. Making the most of your visit. Seen this sign a few different times. some information about the wildlife in the area. Another information hut. Tnorala, a very sacred place. We keep this place as a maka, a very sacred place. It belongs to our people and to our ancestors' spirit that still remains here and will protect it. Our ancestors' spirit welcomes visitors. So there's no camping here. This is the legend of Tnorala, a traditional Aboriginal story about this place. So it says here, in the dreamtime, a large group of women danced across the sky as the Milky Way. They were stars taking the form of women. During the ceremonial dance, the Milky Way women, a mother put her baby aside, resting in his turner, a wooden carrier, and apparently it toppled over the edge of the dancing area and fell to the earth. The baby fell down into the ground and his turner fell hard on top of him. At the place where it crashed into the ground, rocks were forced up from underneath, forming the circular walls of where we are now. The Milky Way baby was covered with sand and hidden from view. The mother as the evening star and the father as the morning star are still looking for their missing baby.
So it's an extremely sacred site, isn't it?
Yeah. So no camping.
No.
There's a list of what you can and can't do over this side here. Restricted sacred site. So no camping within the sacred site boundary, no entry into restricted areas, no damage to trees including dead wood or removal of soil, rocks, other material, entry to the site only on the track shown.
So we can photograph.
Yeah, there's no restrictions with photography, which is actually surprising to me. We'll find here are tables like this. The paths to walk on are clearly marked. There's another little table there, and the path continues this way. Again, another one of those times where there's a path that I'm walking down while Chris is doing other things and I don't know where it's going or how far it goes. Oh, an information board. And here we have how this creation of a crater happened. The circular mountain range rising out of the flat sand plain around you is an impact crater. It was formed by the violent arrival of a comet 142 million years ago and believed to have been approximately 1 kilometre in diameter. The impact released 1 million times more energy than the atomic bomb. Wow. The immense energy of the impact caused both the comet and the rock below it to be pulverised. The evidence shows that rocks more than 4 kilometres beneath the land surface were compressed and affected by shock waves. The rock recoiled beneath the point of impact, lifting the cavity floor upwards and outwards, thrusting rock up into the air, forming a crater 20 kilometres across. That is insane. I'm going to go back on the path and see where it leads me now, because I think I can see another information board just up there. Information board number 2. Aboriginal people once camped west of here, creating bush tucker. Tnorala was a special place where many bush foods were created by rubbing certain special rocks made... What? Okay, let's start that again. Tnorala was a special place where many bush foods were created by rubbing certain special rocks made by the falling star, the Milky Way baby. On the baby's body were many sacred stories about food and other matters of importance which are held in these rocks. Okay, I need to get my head around this. Let me just read it. I read this part of the sign here. This is the end of the walking track, and the Aranda Aboriginal owners and caretakers request that visitors not wander off this track or proceed any further. So this is where my adventure ends. But, alright, here is what happens. Men were responsible for some rocks and women for others. Each rock represented a particular bush food. Men or women used to rub the rock and sing so that there would be a good supply of the food that the rock represented. In recent times, a men's sacred rubbing or food creator rock had gone missing, or has gone missing. This was the rock for creating paralcha. I don't know, I think it says here, paralcha, a sugary scale that grows on gum leaves. Aboriginal people say that since this rock has been taken, there's been less paralcha around here. There used to be lots of food all year round, and now there's only a lot after a big rain. A lot of sacred rocks have been taken. Please don't take any rocks from this place. There you go. Aboriginal people say that a long time ago, before white man came, their ancestors lived here. They hunted, camped and performed ceremonies. Well, this is a bit gruesome. This is the massacre at Tnorala. I really need to learn how to say that. Tnorala. Aboriginal people say that a long time ago, before white man came, their ancestors lived at Tnorala. They hunted, camped and performed ceremonies here. One day, early in the morning, a man climbed up the rocks hunting for kangaroo. When he came back, he found all his people dead. He knew that Khadija men had done it. This man went off, told all the rest of the families who lived along the nearby ranges. They followed them, who came back. Basically, the Khadija didn't make it back. They had been killed by the avenging family. And after the massacre, Tnorala became what Aboriginal people call a sorry place, and no one has lived here since because of the sorrow over the lost family. It is out of respect for the people that passed away here that the Aboriginal custodians ask visitors not to camp. There you go. Pays to read the signs. There are reasons why you can't camp here, and there are reasons why you can't take rocks from here. Not only do you have tables and information boards, you also have toilets. We keep going to places that I say, this is the most amazing place that I've ever been. And I think this one actually is right up there. Look at this. These palm trees here are all that remains from when this was a prehistoric era. Look, I don't know, mind blown again. Incredible. I'll give you an idea of what the roads are like. It's not really a road, well, I guess it is. It's a track. You got to go over this stuff. We're not actually at Palm Valley yet. Another 1.6 km to go. we made it to Mangpalanginkinya, or Palm Valley.
Good.
Thanks. And it says right here, the Central Australian red cabbage palm occurs only in and around this park. It is the only palm in Central Australia and is separated by 1,000 kilometres from its closest relatives. Check that out. Whew. The walks to choose from here. I think we are possibly going to do the 1 hour 2K loop. You reckon?
Yep.
Let's go. Really green here.
So different, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is so green to anywhere else in this central sort of west part of Alice area.
It's even a footpath. What have we here? The fortune of nature. Palm Valley has unique characteristics that have allowed the red cabbage palm to survive.
Wow. I don't know what it is. It's like a sandstone, lime, like a bit of everything in it.
One beautiful tree. So white. What kind of tree is it?
It's called a goat gum.
So we have come to the end of the first walk. That was supposed to take half an hour. You can see that it took us 15 minutes.
This is it.
The tropical oasis in the middle of the desert.
The tropical oasis in the middle of the desert. Did you just say that?
I did. And it is stunning and it is beautiful. And
itchy. Scratch.
There you go.
That's good. Right.
The drive in here is tricky, but we've heard from so many people you cannot bring caravans, you cannot bring, you know, more vans the size of ours in here, and we
100% you can bring a caravan to here. Not all the way
not
to
here.
this part, but to the campground.
Definitely to the campground.
Yeah, it's fairly tight going through the actual campground itself, but just out of it there is an overflow, which is 100%. You get 3 or 4 vans in there, big vans, easy, and be able to do a bit of a turnaround and come back out.
But you need to have an off-road van because the road to get there is
it's just corrugated, rocky,
sandy,
it's
riverbeds. But
totally fine though.
Definitely doable, and it's worth it. This is seriously a tropical oasis in the middle of the desert, and it's places like this with all these palm trees that
Look at those palm trees.
They make me believe that all that talk about this being a rainforest and lush and green,
an ocean
and all those sorts of things, it makes me believe that it's actually true and not a bunch of codswallop. So I don't know.
What did you say then?
Codswallop. I know you
What
would.
is codswallop?
You would use another word.
A whole lot of
codswallop.
Beep.
Codswallop.
I would have said something different to codswallop or whatever you said.
Codswallop. So I think it's true. This was an ocean. It was a lush oasis. The palm trees are proof, and this one is agitated because he's hungry and he wants food. So we're going to say goodbye and go back to camp.
Goodbye.
Meet the MacDonnell Ranges cycad. It grows only in the Central Australian ranges, although other forms of cycads are found elsewhere in Australia. And looky what we have here. Cycads. Here we are. Rest area? I think that's what it is anyway. There's toilets there, undercover tables down there, all the information on the local area, and of course the Australian plants here. And over this side, Twin Boys' dreaming story.
In the dreaming, a woman from Hermannsburg left her community as women traditionally did and came to Palm Valley to give birth to her babies. She gave birth to twin boys at a rock hole up Palm Valley called Tnorala. Itaratara. These two special spirit babies had all of men's law from birth. When the boys were 1 year old and crawling, their mother set out to take them home to Tnorala. She wandered ahead, picking up bush tucker while the boys crawled along behind. The twins crawled all the way home, making Palm Valley as they went. These two boys were really cheeky, and towards the end of their trip they called out to their mother and told her not to look back because they were doing men's business, ceremonies. Their mother ignored the warning and looked back. When the twins got to Tnorala, they killed their mother because she'd gone against the law. This is what was written on the sign here.
And Chris has decided that's our camp spot. I'm up here. So there's drinking water there that's not treated, so you need to treat that yourself by boiling it or whatever you do. Camping fees payable here. Into the mouth of the Steel Ranger. Bit of information. This is actually a toilet block here. This is just a lovely campground. It's been a very relaxing afternoon here. This one's getting dinner going. Getting dinner going. It's a fancy dinner tonight. Frozen hamburgers and frozen vegetables.
Pretty ritzy, eh?
And they're pre-cooked hamburgers, so it's just a matter of microwaving them.
They do go off though.
They're pretty good.
They are pretty
Bed set up for the night. And camp fees are paid. Is the way in the outback. The sun is setting behind me, but the most spectacular view is in front. Dinner is served. Simple but delicious, and yours is nearly ready?
Yep. How peaceful is it though out here?
I know, it's amazing.
Listen to the birds. Stacks of budgies.
Listen to the birds.
Budgies everywhere.
And the microwave.
I saw budgies in that little, see the hole?
Yeah, up there.
Yeah, they just keep popping their heads
Little
out of
budgies everywhere. There's our campsite right there. And if we come over here, we have a beautiful river that's actually got a little bit of water in it. We've come for a bit of a nighttime stroll. And we're down at the overflow.
Yeah, when I was talking about the overflow before and about bringing your vans here,
This
is a good spot. You can literally turn
This is
around
it?
here. Yeah. You can spin around there easy. You can run up along the fence line as well, so.
Definitely you can bring the van here.
Yeah.
Just not down to Palm Valley itself, but Palm Valley Campground, 100%. Off-road vans, definitely. Chris makes friends everywhere, so he's going to go chat to these guys.
I feel like a stalker popping out of the bushes like that.
The sun is coming up. I'm boiling the water for my cup of tea. I think Chris has already made his coffee.
Oh, you scared me.
Hello.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as soon as it comes up, it's going to bounce off all those cliffs there. It's going to look beautiful. We'll get the drone up, but we'll go for a drive down there to launch it first.
Everyone's still asleep.
Why not? Did you have a cup of tea?
Yeah.
She's boiling. Look at that. There you go. No worries, mate.
Is it nearly ready yet? That was good timing.
Look at that. Are you ready?
I want more butter than there is bread, please.
Duh. That's a given. That's what you do with raisin toast. That's what you do with anything with butter, actually.
And this butter, I don't know if you guys have seen it, it's been around for ages, but it is butter soft.
Butter soft.
And it is spreadable. And if you look at the ingredients, it's just butter. There's no oil in it. It's more expensive, but it's worth it. Spreadable butter. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much.
knows Richie from the Finke videos,
We
mate.
just told Richie we were heading out to Chambers Pillar. Someone's ancestors have graffitied all over that rock.
Yeah, did a lot of graffiti in their time up here.
I found it right there.
Grinder. I've always wanted to grind as a patrol, so.